The story begins as a direct continuation of the first Noid movie. In the previous film, we saw how the Guardian opened a portal to save Lihan, bringing her, Thunder, and Merc into the past. Their desperate move was meant to slow down the rise of the dangerous alien race known as the Mutes. Now, that journey leads them into the year 1392, where the true battle for survival begins. Near a riverside village, a powerful man named Ji Zhang addresses his followers. He commands them to track down a mysterious girl, for she still holds a magical dagger, an artifact capable of altering the fate of worlds. Ji Zhang's obsession with the dagger is clear. To him, it is not only a weapon but also the key to reshaping history. Meanwhile, Lihan disguises herself as she walks through a crowded market. Despite her efforts to remain hidden, a massive bounty has been placed on her head because of the dagger she carries. While meeting an informant about Thunder's whereabouts, two bounty hunters ambush her. But Lihan is no ordinary woman. She fights back fiercely, humiliating her attackers and leaving them broken. Before walking away, she warns them never to chase her again. Elsewhere, Merc lies unconscious in the care of two mysterious sorcerers. They whisper to each other about his strange power, recognizing him as the boy they trained in magic a decade ago. One of them senses something terrifying inside him, a demon sealed within his body. Suddenly, Merc's eyes open. He asks about Ji Zhang, another man said to carry a demon within him. An old woman nearby confirms his fears. She explains that Ji Zhang has been possessed, his body taken by something inhuman. She also reveals that only with the magical dagger can they open a portal to the future. Ji Zhang has already slaughtered many, and even blinded a man in his relentless search. Yet, despite his cruelty, they remain trapped in the past, because the true controller of the portal is still bound inside Merc's body. Then enters the blind swordsman, a legendary warrior who lost his sight to Ji Zhang. Though blind, his mastery of sound in combat allows him to fight with deadly precision. He has been told that with the dagger, he can regain his vision, and so he begins hunting for it with unrelenting determination. Merc struggles with his identity, questioning what kind of force sleeps inside him and how he can control it. The sorcerers caring for him suddenly reveal their darker intention. They want to kill him, believing that destroying his body will also destroy the demon inside. They launch a sudden attack, forcing Merc into battle. He fights back desperately, unleashing his enchanted fan, which suddenly releases hidden blades. Unable to fully control the weapon, he wounds himself but seizes the chance to escape. Yet, the sorcerers remain in pursuit, eager to capture or destroy him. Meanwhile, Lihan receives a warning from two shapeshifters, left and right, who were once loyal to Merc. They tell her that her life is in danger and that many forces are after the dagger. They also reveal a shocking truth. Long ago, she was married to their master. But Lihan, confused and scarred by years of loss, denies any memory of it. Seeking safety, Lihan hides in a secret refuge. Yet Ji Zhang's network of spies quickly discovers her location. Ji Zhang himself arrives, forcing Lihan into a deadly confrontation. She arms herself with her gun, prepared for battle. Ji Zhang, experienced and ruthless, easily disarms her. But Lihan always plans ahead. She reveals a second gun and fires, wounding him just enough to make her escape. Ji Zhang, enraged and obsessed, commands his men to hunt her down at any cost. Just then, the blind swordsman intervenes. He rescues Lihan, but immediately seizes the dagger for himself, eager to restore his vision. Before he can use it, Merc appears and steals it back, triggering a brutal fight between them. The clash is fierce, steel against steel, power against precision. But Lihan wraps herself and Merc in a magical cloak, vanishing them both from the battleground. Meanwhile, in another thread of the story, we shift to the present day. Lihan's aunt, who once witnessed her enter the portal, is revealed to be a police officer. During training one morning, she captures a dangerous criminal with her martial skills. But when she learns that aliens have been implanting their prisoners inside human bodies, her life becomes entangled in the same nightmare as her niece. Despite her warnings, her fellow officers dismiss her claims, believing the chaos is caused by a virus rather than alien invasion. The narrative returns to the past, where Merc confesses his feelings to Lihan. He reminds her of how he once saved her as a child, sparking her memories. Though touched, Lihan is troubled when Merc reveals the truth. He carries an alien within him, and the only way to destroy it may be to take his own life. Lihan refuses to let him sacrifice himself, insisting that he is more than the monster inside him. Still, duty pulls her elsewhere. She must return to the future and stop the spread of the deadly alien gas. Soon after, Merc overhears mercenaries planning to capture Li-Han for the bounty on her head. He warns her and stays by her side, swearing to protect her. Together, they seek refuge in an abandoned house, only to encounter left and right, the shapeshifters again. At first, both pairs mistake each other for enemies, but after a tense standoff, they realize their shared connection. Before they can uncover the truth, Ji Zhang's soldiers attack. In the chaos, Left is struck down by an arrow, killed instantly. Meanwhile, Ji Zhang captures a man, hoping he is the controller, but realizes too late that he is not. Li-Han continues her search for the spaceship hidden near the river, only to find it already taken by Ji Zhang. As she and Merc race to retrieve it, the blind swordsman intercepts them. He knows she will eventually return for the ship, and intends to take the dagger once she arrives. But before the battle can unfold, a monstrous mute bursts forth, stabbing Merc with the dagger in an attempt to free the controller within his body. The truth is revealed. The controller is not bound to Merc, but destined for Li-Han herself. As the alien essence transfers, Li-Han becomes the new host. Realizing the danger, she tries to kill herself, but the mute within refuses, keeping her alive for its own survival. Slowly, she falls under its complete control. Soon after, Li-Han, corrupted by the mute, disappears into a portal with Ji Zhang, returning to the future to release the imprisoned aliens and transform Earth into their new home. But others follow. The sorcerers, determined to stop her, also enter the portal. When they arrive in the future, however, they are scattered across different locations, setting the stage for a fragmented, chaotic war. Li-Han's aunt also frees herself, only to face a new danger. The patient who had once been implanted with an alien has tracked them down. With monstrous strength, he lunges to kill. The ant bravely intercepts him, but despite her combat skills, the creature overpowers her and throws her aside. The sorcerers flee onto a train, the alien close behind, hunting them relentlessly. Back in the city, Li-Han, still under the mute's control, prepares to carry out her mission. But resistance is not yet lost. Merc and Thunder arrive in the future as well. Thunder urges Merc to awaken the Guardian's powers that were gifted to him. With effort, Merc summons the power, though the sheer force overwhelms him. Struggling to control it, his attacks fly wildly, endangering both friend and foe. Nearby, the blind swordsman finally regains his sight. With restored vision, his skill becomes even more formidable, and he rejoins the battle with renewed determination. Thunder reunites with his allies and drives his vehicle through the city, bringing reinforcements. They soon discover that Li-Han has captured the sorcerers and now battles them for the dagger. Sparks fly as power clashes against power. But just when defeat seems certain, Thunder and Merc intervene. In the chaos, the alien patient charges forward. Thunder engages him directly, while Merc desperately attempts to master the Guardian's powers within. At first, he fails, his body rejecting the immense strength. Then, in a final act of transformation, he fuses with Thunder's technology, becoming part human, part machine. His body converts into a robotic warrior, built to withstand the power within. Inside the train, Li-Han nearly seizes the dagger. But Merc bursts into the fight, confronting her. He tries to remind her of who she truly is, hoping to awaken her buried memories. Yet the mute's control is too strong. Li-Han feels nothing but alien rage. Realizing there is only one way, Merc transfers the Guardian's powers into Li-Han, declaring that the strength belonged to her father and now must belong to her. The power surges, wrapping her body in a glowing armored suit. For the first time, she begins to resist the mute inside her. The alien screams in fury as it is dragged from her body. But before it can be destroyed, the patient intervenes, absorbing the mute into himself. Now two mutes dwell inside one host, creating a grotesque fusion of unimaginable strength. Tentacles burst from his body, ripping apart the train and collapsing it into ruins. Survivors scatter as the abomination emerges, towering and monstrous. From the wreckage, the fused mute unleashes destruction, seizing Li-Han in its grip. Just as it prepares to finish her, Li-Han's aunt arrives, driving her vehicle straight into the creature. The collision buys them precious seconds. Wielding the blind swordsman's blade, an heirloom of her bloodline, the aunt stands ready to fight. Side by side, the heroes gather. Li-Han in her armored suit, Merc with his robotic transformation, the ant with the sacred sword, and the sorcerers wielding the dagger. Each prepares for the final stand. The battle is brutal. Tentacles whip through the air, smashing cars and buildings. The heroes strike back with everything they have. The sorcerers shout instructions. The dagger must pierce the red core of the alien ship. Only then will the mutes be destroyed. Through fire and chaos, Lihan charges forward. As she prepares to strike, the fused patient blocks her path. In a desperate clash, she breaks free long enough to hurl the dagger into the ship's glowing core. The impact is immediate. A blinding shockwave erupts, disintegrating the mutes across the city. Their screams echo as their bodies collapse into ash. The fused patient, overwhelmed by the dual alien spirits within him, explodes in a storm of energy. Silence follows. With the battle won, Thunder steps forward. He tells Lihan that he will now lock away all the mutes in the depths of the universe, ensuring they can never return. Lihan asks, with tears in her eyes, if her father will ever come back. Thunder gently assures her that he carries her father's complete data and memories. He promises that one day, her father will return to her. Thunder departs, flying the alien ship into the skies, carrying the mutes to eternal imprisonment. A portal opens once more. The sorcerers, the blind swordsmen, and all others who had traveled from different times are pulled back to their rightful eras. Balance is restored. Time passes. Merc, heartbroken without Lihan, drifts in solitude. But fate is not done with him. Another portal opens, and he is pulled into the future where Lihan awaits. Their reunion is bittersweet, hinting at new battles yet to come. And so, the story of Noid Part 2 comes to its end.